Okay, this is a little bit like the last thing that we particularly did, where we're going to find some points. So first off, I want to mention this right here. This particular one, the first thing I want to look at, notice this says f of g of negative 2, which means simply that I will do the g of the negative 2 first because it would be inside the big parentheses. So I'm going to do g of negative 2. Well, g of negative 2 is very easy because I go left 2 and then go up right here and it puts that dot where? Right at that point right there, which means g of negative 2 actually equals positive 2. All right? And then technically what you would do next is this. Take this answer right here and you're going to put it in the f function. So you would do f of 2, which means when I come up here and I look at f at 2, 1, 2, it's right there, which means that particular answer is in what? Negative 2, which would be your answer except for one problem on this one. This one has a very unique problem. And we could have done this first, maybe. This f happen and this f exists at negative 2. And negative 2 is right there. Does that line go over there anywhere? It doesn't. It doesn't touch that line. So this answer is actually none, or what? It's undefined. The answer is actually undefined. You can get an answer, but it's undefined because it doesn't exist. F of negative 2 does not exist. So we cannot find an answer there for that one. All right? So let's look at problem 21. Let's erase a little bit of that, leave those right there. Okay? So let's look at problem 21. Problem 21 says this here. This is f plus g. So I'm going to do f of 1, and whatever I get, I'm going to add it to, well, first off, f at 1. Here's 1. F at 1 is what? Negative 1, which I am going to add to g of 1. Because these are like, so g of 1 is right there, which is positive 1. So basically what this f plus g of 1 means, take negative 1, let's tell you what, let's back up one step. Take that negative 1, we're going to add to it this 1, which makes our answer what? 0. Makes our answer 0, and they were both defined right there, so that's perfectly fine. Okay? Now look at this one here. This is f of g of 2. So first off, they do both exist at 2. So first off, let me get my little eraser here so I don't have these points to worry about. Right? So first off, let's do this here. If I was to rewrite this, it would be f of g of 2. Meaning, find your answer for g of 2 first. So g of 2 is, I'm going to come up here, g at 2 goes all the way up here. It is that point right there. So g at 2 is 5. And now what I'm going to do is this here. I'm going to go to my f function, and I'm going to put not 2 in, but my answer right there at 5 equals, if I come over here and count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it looks like my answer is right here at, best answer is 4. All right? However, there is a problem here also. Notice, I had a g of 2 that was a 5, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice, does g exist at 5? It does not, so it makes this answer here, once again, not possible, or in a sense what? Undefined, because it doesn't state the number criteria of all our particular boundaries. All right? Those are two that were really unique. So let's look at problem number, no, I'm going to trash all these out of here so we can do 25. I got stuff everywhere, hard to see. All right, so let's look at problem 25. 25 says g of f of 5. Well, first off, that means take your f of the 5 and get it. But we just talked about this here in this previous problem here. Is there a g at 5? So before I do all this work, guess what my answer is going to be? Undefined or not possible. Because you can work it out and get an answer at f of 5. Well, f of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, would happen to have been 5. That, well, no, that f of 5 would have been, no, f of 5, so we would have got an answer anyway. Still undefined. But that one kind of came up a little easier for us to see, all right? So now let's look at this last odd problem. This one says take g of 1 minus f of 1. So I'm going to do g of 1. Well, g at 1 is right here, is 1. And I'm going to minus f of 1. Well, f of 1 is right here, which is what? Negative 1. So to do g minus f of 1, actually, I probably shouldn't have, like, it's going to turn out to be, g's first, it's going to be 1 minus negative 1, which turns out to be 2, because that's like a plus. So that answer is 2. All right?